Hello friends, how are you? I hope everything's going well. First off, I do just want to note that I have been sick recently the past few days. I am going to try my best to edit out all of the sniffling and all of the coughing or whatever that happens while I am recording this audio. So if anything makes it past the post-production stage, I do apologize. But I've been sniffling, my nose has been runny, my head's been kind of hurting, my throat's been really scratchy. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about, but I just wanted to make that noted for anyone that may be curious. But yeah, so it's been about 2-3 weeks since the finale of my 301 AP journey, and if you've watched my previous video, you'll know that I am now currently going for the Rich Merchant Ring. And there's no rhyme or reason as to why I started out with Padix Island. I've never grinded this place before, and it's a place that I've always liked the aesthetic of, since I really like Proddy Cave and Lower Sakraya. So I wanted to give it a shot, and honestly, after 30 hours, I'm not banging my head against my desk yet. I really enjoy this spot. It's a fun and chill grind spot where I don't really have to pay 100% attention. I'm able to basically watch a movie, YouTube videos, stream, and do things while I grind. It's not like Ash Forest or Crypt or Oluns where you kind of have to be paying 90 to 100% attention of the grind. But yeah, this video is basically just going to be me discussing my opinions and thoughts on my experience so far here at Padix Island. Now, I've had a lot of questions about this location because about a year ago, this place was updated to where it is now a solo grind spot as opposed to what it was before, which was a duo grind spot. And what they did to this location to make it a solo grind spot, they increased the spawn rate on the mobs so that whenever you kill them, they respawn faster. They decreased the max HP on the mobs so it does not take as long to kill, which means you don't need 2 players. You can basically grind it with 1 person and you'll be fine. But honestly, I've heard a lot of bad things about this place and how it doesn't really retain a lot of silver per hour, and I could just have a better experience than other players, but also I've spent 30 hours here, so I think I've done enough grinding to where I'm able to give a credible response. You know, it's not like I've done it for 5 hours and I'm like, oh, I made this much, it's bad, move on. I've put in enough hours into this place to where I'm able to really give a thorough opinion, and that's why it's taken a little bit longer for me to put this video out. I wanted to make a video initially after last video, after a week, but I wanted to give myself some more time here just to give you guys some more concrete answers and feedback, just because, again, I've had a lot of questions about this place, and it seems that not a lot of people know the ins and outs of this location, and I think that's strictly just because people don't really come here to grind unless they have the alternative motive of the Rich Merchant Ring, just because it's so far out into the ocean and there's not like a griffin or anything that can take you. You either swim there manually or you get on a boat, and there's no real appeal to this place unless you're going for the Merchant Ring. So is this a place that you should come grind? Not particularly, because if you have the AP DP to grind the spot, you might as well just go to Orcs or somewhere else that can warrant you more silver per hour. But if you're a player that is tired of those saturated locations and you want to try something new and give yourself a chance of getting a really rare item, honestly, this place isn't that bad. Now, my gear is 301 AP with 380 DP, so my gear is a little bit above average for this location, but from the screenshot that you're seeing on screen or the video, my average over 30 hours is almost 550 mil. Now, I want to say that it's going to be more towards 500 mil just because if you look at my most recent hour, I did get really lucky with the event spawns and my ethereal earring drops, and I don't always grind on Arsha at this location. I do dabble in a bit of both. Now, Arsha is a little bit sometimes contested depending on the time of day, but I really like this spot. It's really fun. The trash route is a decent fair price. It's at 15,000, and on average I'm getting about 20,000. Now, I feel like your trash per hour is going to be gauged off of how many events that you spawn in an hour. Now, typically I get 1 to 2 an hour over the course of the 30 hours that I've spent here. There are those one-off hours where you get 3, 4, or even 5. And from my experience so far, anytime that I get an event, I am granted about 4,000 to 5,000 extra trash loot. And yes, I do use Agris here. I find that the Agris is actually pretty well used here, if I'm going to be honest. They changed the Agris rate from these mobs, I think from consumption of 35 Agris to about 7 per mob, I believe. So on average, I am using about 15 to 20,000 Agris an hour. But again, it does depend on the events that happen at this location, which are the little flower pots event. As you're grinding, the flower pot that is highlighted blue can turn purple, and then once it turns purple, you interact with it and you put the tranquilizer thing into it. And that tranquilizer you can get from an NPC on Padix Island, which is north of Padix. I'll be putting that somewhere here in the video, but you can just go buy them from that vendor for a little bit of silver. I stock up about like 50 at a time, and I think that's a fair bit, and that lasts you for quite a while. You can craft the neutralizer if you want, but the materials that are used to get it are sometimes not readily available on the market. And if you're not like a gatherer, etc., like a life skiller, I would say just go buy them. It's just more convenient, it makes it easier. But overall, I think that this place is really nice. The ethereal earring prices are sitting at about 100 million silver currently on the market. They are going up, fluctuating between 110 to 140, but when I first started here, they were sitting at like 80. So I think the price went up due to the announcement of the new region, and I'm not sure if the Deboreket earrings has any affiliation with why the price on this has changed at all. But as you can see from what I'm showing on the screen, the Kafirs aren't that bad at this place, honestly. You get anywhere from like 20 to 40. Again, if you're grinding on Arsha, I'm sure you'll be getting more than normal. Now, again, this isn't a video of me comparing this location to Elvia spots or like Hex or Gyfin. This is just me simply giving my feedback and honest review on the experience that I have personally had. Now, I know a lot of other players have experienced hundreds of hours here while they've gone for the Rich Merchant Ring. Unfortunately, I have not gotten it yet, but I hope to soon get it. And again, this place really isn't making me bang my head on my desk just yet. The longest that I've spent at a grind location for a treasure item was at Sherikon for the HP piece, and that was about 92 hours. And I really resented that location. I didn't like it at all. I think it looks very beautiful in terms of aesthetics, but in terms of grinding, I despised it so much. And so far, I actually really do enjoy this spot. It's really cool, it's calm, it's relaxing. Anytime that I get an event to spawn, it reminds me of Kratuga with the latent spawn, with the security. And I get really excited and I kind of perk up in my chair and I'm like, ooh, is this the time that I get the ring, yada yada. It makes me really excited. But if you are a player that has not grinded Padix Island and you've always wanted to maybe try it, take a boat out, swim out, you know, find your way there. Maybe your friend has a compass that can TP you out there. I would say give it a few hours. See how your RNG tests here, see how much silver you make an hour. Maybe you want to tap an ethereal earring for whatever reason. Maybe you're just one of those players that wants the extra DP. But if you happen to get the merchant ring, then congrats. I know a few of you that are watching this probably already have it, and I know some of you are currently grinding for it. So if you already do have it, let me know in the comments below how many hours it took you to get it. I'm very curious. It seems that a lot of people get it within about 100 to 120-ish hours or so, like anywhere from 80 to 120. But I know every player has different RNG. Some people would come here for an hour and get it, and some people may come here for 200 hours before they get it. But yeah, if you guys have any comments, questions, or concerns, again, please feel free to leave a comment below. I always read every comment and I reply to every comment that I can, that I see. And yeah, I really hope that you guys are excited for the new series to start. I am still in the works of editing those videos just because I want to put more effort and time into those videos to really give it that production value that I really want it to have. I do have a lot of footage that I'm sitting on that I think that I might just start uploading weekly, in terms of just like a weekly update as to what I'm doing, maybe if I'm grinding with friends, or just show you what I'm working towards in terms of my gear. I am still tabbing Voltara belts, so yeah. But I just wanted to keep this strictly to the Padix Island topic. But as you can see again on my screen, this is my Garmoth. I've documented every single hour that I've spent here so far. I haven't had as much time grinding as of recently, just because I've been working with finals coming up on school in about half a month, so that's a little bit stressful, but it'll be over soon. So yeah, if you guys again have any comments, questions, concerns, please leave a comment below. And if you are still sticking around, feel free to leave a like. It helps out the video a lot. And until the next one, I will see you guys soon, and thank you again for the support.